Hey New City, and welcome back to the $5 Give Club, where we believe that small amounts can have a huge impact. This month we were able to do something a little different, and through your generosity we are able to partner together to see how we can best impact the community around us. We know that the greatest command that God has given us would be to love Him with everything that we have, but also to love our neighbor as ourselves. In Scripture, this lawyer approaches Jesus and asks him the question, who is my neighbor? Together, we want to answer that question. We want to figure out who is our neighbor. H.B. Charles, who's a pastor in Jacksonville, Florida, says it like this: to find our neighbor means to stop looking in the mirror and start looking out the window. A lot of times our neighbor are those who are oppressed, marginalized, sick, or poor. And if we're being honest, we know that we were the marginalized, we were the outcast, we were the sick and downtrodden, but God was a neighbor to us. And through the generosity that we have been shown, we want to give to others in response. This month, we are so excited to officially launch Neighbor Bags. Neighbor Bags are not meant to supply all needs that all people need throughout their lifetime. However, these Neighbor Bags will provide just a small ounce of encouragement to get through this day. We know that homelessness is an epidemic that is sweeping across the United States, but just in Wake County alone, homelessness is up 8% this previous year. We know that these bags will not solve every issue of poverty. They will not solve the issue of homelessness, but what they will do is begin to turn our eyes towards our neighbor. Taking small steps like this will help us all begin to see people as God has seen us. If we go back to the passage of the lawyer asking Jesus, who is my neighbor, we see that he simply responds by telling the parable of the Good Samaritan. He tells this story of a Samaritan who, through sacrifice and vision, was able to help someone in need. One of our values at New City Church is that grateful people give. And when we look at what God has done and what God has given us, our only response is to live generously and begin to have eyes for our neighbor.